people, a substantial amount of people, who say the response was too much, too harsh. It infringed on people's liberties. So people who take that view have always held Jacinda Ardern as the person to blame for the route that New Zealand took. So there has been a lot of people who have wanted Jacinda Ardern to go, and it seems now some people have got their wish.
Reflecting that, Ms Ardern's Labour Party has slumped in the polls, and whoever succeeds her as leader will face a steep climb trying to secure a fresh mandate from the electorate in October. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
And here's the main news again. Western allies are meeting at a US airbase in Germany as Kyiv calls for Berlin to allow German-made tanks to be donated to Ukraine. Retail sales in the UK fell by 1% in December. And singer-songwriter David Crosby, a founding member of the rock band Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, has died at the age of 81. And that's the latest from Feature Story News. Giles Gibson reports.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on the finally Friday edition of your KCHW morning show. Some sad news today. The heading for today's show is not right. So first we were missing Philip, and Chuck agreed to dive in and cover for Philip. And then Brandon went down ill today, at least so he says. And on a side note there, Brandon did have me do a bunch of work for the show today of things he wanted to talk about, and then he calls in sick.
Of course. Sorry, everyone. It's just me.
Yeah. All right. So you weren't ready for it. You didn't know I was going to play it, but I love the crazy shake that goes along with this. So for the video people, we'll do this.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
All right. Hey, that made the camera and everything shake. It turned wow.
Good. Wow.
I noticed yesterday you and Alan were making me laugh, and I had my hand on the desk, and just the laughing and my body bouncing around, the whole camera was like shaking. It's almost like, I don't know, what are those movies, where they like a Blair Witch Project, where they're constantly running with the camera and it makes you sick.
And it's shaky.
Yeah. There was another. Was that Cloverfield that did that too? I think it was.
I think it might have been
one of those movies where they're all in
thing.
Yeah, they're all in like an apartment and having a party, and the aliens come. It's always fun. It's happened to me before. Really, it has sort of. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, let's start off with a little weather this morning. 33 for your high in Chihuahua, considerable cloudiness, just a 10% chance of precip. Carry that through tonight with an overnight low of 25. Morning snow showers with a high temperature at 34 and a low at 23. Sunday, get this, mostly sunny, 36, but an overnight low of 18 because of those clear skies. Monday right now, 31 and 20 with partly cloudy skies and a 25% chance of precip. That's your weekend forecast. Not looking too bad.
No.
All right.
Good. I got to go to Spokane later today. So.
Ooh, that's never fun, is it?
No, but at least it's not snowing or raining.
Yep. All right, let's take a look what the kids have for breakfast today. It is bread, slices of bread. It says variety. So I'm guessing toast. Okay. Yummy yogurts,
Maybe.
fruit, fresh fruit, and fruit juice. It feels like they're getting shortchanged today.
You get toast and water.
Welcome to prison. Here's your bread. All right. You get a chicken on a bun for lunch, some French fries, some carrots, fresh fruit, and milk choice. That sounds a lot better. There you go. Breakfast and lunch for the kids. Yay! Yay! All right. Not a lot of.
We never had breakfast in school.
You didn't?
Breakfast.
No. You didn't? I'm trying. No, I don't think I did either. Now that I think
we never
about
had
it.
breakfast in school. We had a breakfast period in high school, but it was like 15 minutes where we get some Cheetos and a Coke. from the concession stand.
Back when they used to serve Jolt Cola in the school.
It's good times.
Good times.
Good
All right.
times.
This weekend, not a lot of stuff going on, but it's really going to ramp up as we go into February. Now we have a Light in the Darkness this weekend. This is taking place at the Chihuahua Golf and Country Club. This is a part of our new Creative Arts District. It is a juried art exhibition going on Saturday at the Chihuahua Golf and Country Club from 2 to 6:30. It's going to include music, drink specials, and artwork by Creative District members. Get out there and support our new group. Very cool. All right. And then don't forget, we head into February. We have the opening of a play that Chuck's in called Love Lies in the Doctor's Dilemma, correct? Did I get that right?
Correct, yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. And that is one of the many actors, Chuck Ritchie. Who are some of the other people that are in the play with you, Chuck?
There's Dave Tupek. And, there's...
Did I put you on the spot?
Well, the thing is, we've used mostly our character names. So there's a lot of these people that I've met for the first time.
Okay. I'll leave you alone then. That's cool.
I know there's a lovely lady, and her name is Catherine, but I'm not sure what her last name is. I should know this.
Wow, Chuck.
She runs the new Flowery Trail Cafe that reopened.
Okay.
So.
All right, and then the following day after opening the play, of course, is Winterfest with activities between 10 in the morning and 10 at night, including they're going to be doing some snowboarding tricks on the rail. And they also have what's called ski joring, and that's where you ski behind something. Typically, it's going to be horses, but some crazy people have done it behind cars and snowmobiles and maybe a really fast cat. All right.
Growing up, I always thought it was. We always did it. Not we. I never did it, but it was always done generally behind dogs. I think, as a kid in Alaska.
All right, Brandon wanted to do this morning some top 10 lists.
Okay.
Kind of in the flavor of David Letterman. So
Yeah.
we worked on one last night, and we're going to go ahead and do it, even though he's not here, and he had some input on it. But I have some other ones too. And Chuck, will you kick it off? This is perfect in time for the weekend in case you're going to be out and about. Places to use when you can't find a restroom. This might come in handy for you today in Spokane, Chuck.
Are you right? Yes. So number 10 is the Concentrated Apple Juice Factory. Apparently they have a public restroom. Just don't miss. Number 9 is a vegetable garden. Preferably your own.
I'm not eating anything from your garden, Chuck.
A pail, a bucket.
Oh, keep one of those in the trunk.
That's a reasonable option. A rain gutter.
What?
I suppose
Why is Chuck on the neighbor's roof?
that is a seriously impressive arc. A public water fountain.
Oh,
please don't do that. That does not reflect the views of KCHW.
Maybe a short one. You know how the little ones and then the taller one. Okay,
Right.
Forget I said that.
A pool.
I do that every time I
pool?
swim.
Right, and your hot tub, right?
Yeah.
it's just yellow now.
Why does it have so many bubbles? All right.
A beer can. Mind the lips so you don't cut yourself.
Ouch, that's difficult. Okay.
Right. A bush.
All right.
Perfectly reasonable.
Okay.
Number 2 is your car's trunk. Hopefully you have at least a cup or something in your trunk.
Nope.
Spare gas can, maybe. Number 1 is your pants.
Which is probably the most likely thing, right?
Right.
Wish I could have found a bathroom in Spokane.
No, right.
It was a little more difficult during COVID. I had to do some traveling during COVID, during a lockdown, and trying to find a restroom I could get in was a challenge a couple times. Hope that never happens again.
Through all my travels and everything, I found consistently across the United States, the best public restrooms are always in a McDonald's.
Oh.
I don't know why they always maintain their bathrooms well, and I think it's company policy to keep them clean. I don't know what it is, but McDonald's always has the nicest bathrooms.
All right.
Public bathrooms.
All right.
Generally, they even have a real door instead of a stall.
That is not a paid endorsement.
No, it's not.
All right. Next, the next list I have is things Scott said on a date. I think I have 10 of these. I do. Number 10. I sure like chicken. What a
We're running out of
wonderful
things to talk about.
Yeah. What a wonderful day. Did I mention I was in a car accident on the way here? This is so exciting. I've never taken 2 showers in 1 week. That's why what Scott thinks about in the shower usually only happens once a week.
That's generally second date conversation.
Yeah. How about them Phillies? I know nothing about sports too, so all right. Another thing I've said at a date before. That's quite interesting.
Haven't we all?
Yeah. This one was for Philip, but he wasn't here today. I sold my entire 1999 set of baseball cards last week.
I got 50 cents.
Do you watch Pokemon? I like Pokemon. Yeah. How about those kidneys that are for sale on eBay? Do I smell tacos? I wish we could have tacos.
Well, that's proof right there that if you're not already at a taco place, you're not worth dating.
And the number one thing I've said on a date, I give you 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. All right. All right. Reasons that Chuck thinks we should start a cult.
Mm-hmm. Number 10, you're not getting the respect you deserve as Fry Guy. Number 9, you think it'll look good on your resume.
George Santos.
Number 8, your current religion limits alcohol to just wine during services.
I know, and it's horrible.
So make your whole life a service.
Okay.
The SEC probably won't investigate you because your name is not Santos or Trump.
Oh, safe.
Everyone else is starting one.
Good reason.
Group health insurance.
Excellent reason to start a cult.
Can you get health insurance from joining a cult?
I think you could. Yeah.
That's a perk right there.
Yeah. See, I told you we should start one.
Your pet monkey suggested it in your daily pet talk.
Okay.
Always listen to the monkey.
Yes.
And join that cult.
All right.
Number 3, group rates to amusement parks.
Of course.
Amusement parks. Of course. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Number 2, it's more cost effective to feed 200 than just 3 or 4. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, you're not only a member, you're also a supreme being.
There you go.
There we go.
That's why most cults get started. All right, so this one's got a little input from Brandon Hansen on it. We were texting this back and forth last night. Top jobs George Santos failed at. Okay. Number 1, people might not know this, Scooby-Doo villain.
Obviously.
Brandon came up with this one, fact checker for a social media site. This one was going to be an inside joke because he thinks you live by a lot of famous people when you were in Alaska. So Chuck's neighbor in Alaska. Cheese slicer or cheese cutter. Another job George Santos failed at, peeping Tom. He looks like he'd be one.
I think it'd be a really good one, actually.
Yeah. Creepy clown, same thing. That guy in the parade with the wheelbarrow that does the pooping scooping. He failed at that. And the number 1 job George Santos failed at, being a professional liar. Yeah.
Failed miserably.
Oh, man, it's so bad. All right,
maybe there's something to be said about a person who can't lie successfully.
I think it'd be more to say about somebody who just couldn't lie. I actually, one of my kids, she has, I think she tried once growing up. I mean, a kid that doesn't tell fibs or lies is pretty amazing. And she literally can't. She tried once at around 10, and it's horrible. I should almost tell the story. So she was playing. We were at a campground. And she was playing with some boys, and I called her from the camper for dinner, and she didn't come. And I called again, and she came, and she finally showed up for dinner. And we're sitting at the table. I said, I saw you kissing those boys in the bushes. And her face goes totally white. And her eyes get all big, and I was like, oh my God, you were kissing boys in the bushes. Yeah, so it was, yeah.
Wow.
She tried to fib a little, it didn't work, and she never tried
Wow.
again. In fact, one day I told her to tell a lie. I won't say why. And she was like, I can't do that. So that's pretty cool. And it was just a little, and it was a little white lie. It wouldn't have hurt anybody. So
Right.
just go ahead and hurt their feelings, I guess. All right, some news headlines. I'm going to save the worst ones till last, maybe. Video surfaced of a giant squid swimming off the coast of Japan, marking a rare sighting in footage. It's on the internet, on Yahoo this morning. Footage of these elusive creatures. Let's see, they encountered this 41... the person was 41 years old, sorry. It was only an 8-foot-long squid, but it's impressive in the pictures. He was diving with his wife off the western coast of Japan. The couple who operated diving business found out about the squid from a fishing company vendor who spotted it in the bay. They took out a boat in search of the creature, staying near the shoreline as they scoured the bay, and they said they could see the tentacles moving. They thought it would be dangerous to be grabbed hard by them and taken off somewhere, but they said the very agile movements. He didn't even seem to notice them or didn't care that they were there, which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, I think
That is awesome.
yeah, there's a lot of intelligence there that we haven't figured out yet, obviously.
And all the cephalopods, they're all I don't think they're from this planet. They can't be.
They sure don't look like it, do they?
No.
All right, Netflix is sending out probably one of their last warnings before they crack down on password sharing. Freeloaders beware. Following fourth quarter earnings results on Thursday, they saw subscriber numbers leap past expectations. Company warned in its quarterly letter to shareholders it'll be intensifying its push to combat password sharing. They said later in quarter one, we expect to start rolling out paid sharing more broadly. Today's widespread account sharing, 100 million plus households, undermines our long-term ability to invest in and improve Netflix as well as build our business. So if you're sharing that password with a family member, you're probably going to get tagged on it.
I was gonna say to my parents and my grown kids and my cousins and my uncles and aunts, I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
If you still want to share, let's say you got a kid at college and you've been just letting them use your Netflix account to save them money, you will be able to pay a little extra to have a shared account. And that should be what they talked about earlier, was it being based on per person, per shared account. And they're tracking this all through probably IP addresses. So I've got a media account my daughter has that she shares with me. So far, Netflix is the only one looking at doing this. But, we live next to each other, and it's probably not that big a deal. But they are losing money in those instances, so they're going to crack down on the password sharing. All right. Let's see. As we heard, maybe if you missed the news, legendary rock singer David Crosby passed away at 81 years of age. One of the most influential singers and songwriters of the 1960s. The veteran rocker co-founded two of the biggest bands, the Byrds and Crosby, Stills, Nash, and then Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. His legacy will continue to live on through the music, his wife said in a statement to Variety. She said, "Peace, love, and harmony to all who knew David and those he touched. We'll miss him dearly. At this time, we respectfully ask for privacy." All right.
Yeah.
All right. Story in the headlines today from Mr. My Pillow, Mike Lindell. No, he's not talking about his hair.
Speaking of cults.
The My Pillow cult. All right. He is one of the three candidates running for the most powerful position in the Republican Party, the chair of the Republican National Committee. He's doing that?
Oh, he'll probably get it.
Their election is next week. Well, the way, McCarty handed out some of those positions to people like Marjorie Greene Taylor, it's probably not out of the realm of possibility. He's complaining, though. He says since coming out as an election denier, he has lost $100 million. Well, the My Pillow company has lost $100 million. All this coming as well as he is facing a $1.3 billion defamation suit over his promotion of the big lie, as well as the FBI seizure of his cell phone. That kind of makes me wonder, why isn't Trump in a defamation lawsuit over the big lie?
You'd
think he's got a couple of them, but he doesn't have one for that.
Right?
Maybe they just have too many cases against him to count and pay attention to right now.
Right?
All right. Lindell says the reason he can't win as Republican National Committee chair is because Republicans are so divided. And he says, I have a lot of supporters. They're using my pillows right now. All right. That lawsuit against him.
Couldn't happen to a worse guy.
That lawsuit against him is from Dominion Voting Systems. You know, if I was them, I'd change their name. It sounds kind of creepy.
It does.
Yes. Where do you work?
Does.
Dominion.
Dominion.
I work at Dominion Voting Systems.
It is a terrible name.
All right. And then in Trump news, more bad news for him. Federal judge yesterday ordered former U.S. President Donald Trump and his attorneys to pay nearly $1 million in sanctions for suing former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton over claims the 2016 presidential election was rigged. Wow.
The one that he won?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's getting sued for the one that he won.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Gun violence this week.
When you actually win the election and you go on and on and on about election fraud, that's not a good look for you. Like, that's not like a reasonable argument to be had there.
It brings to mind two words for me: dumbity.
Right?
Yeah. Huh. Gun violence in the past 7 days, ridiculous levels again, if you have to watch the news like I do. And we had a situation where people were up in arms because a guy shot a robber leaving a restaurant in the back, and he wasn't getting charged. And that all depends on the state you live in and their gun laws. Because in Illinois, the other day, a man was arrested for fatally shooting a 24-year-old outside a Missouri gas station. Fatal shooting happened around 2 in the morning in a parking lot of a Conoco gas station in St. Louis. Surveillance footage showed Jesse Lopez was trying to steal a car belonging to Brett Kress when Kress shot him. Citing a probable cause statement, Kress from Illinois, Sauget, Illinois, chased after Lopez and shot him 3 times. Officers found Lopez unconscious and not breathing. Of course, you can't hunt down someone and shoot them.
No.
I mean, he was thinking because he could catch the guy because he tried to rob him. But that doesn't work. Kress then decided to hide himself. He was captured nearby, hiding in the shed of a mobile home park. Charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. Missouri law states that a person can use deadly force for self-defense, but not to protect one's property. And then this is kind of after the fact. He didn't get your car. So, yeah. It doesn't really say if that was on foot or in a vehicle or whatever. But
yeah, that's just straight-up murder.
Yes.
Chasing after someone to shoot him? Who does that? Psychopath.
And Walmart activity has been crazy. Yesterday, it was a story of a man with a knife threatening Walmart employees and customers, and a veteran took him out with a stick. Cracked him right on the back of the head and took him to the floor. This one, 25-year-old man opened fire at a Walmart store in Indiana where he once worked, wounding at least one person before officers that happened to be in the store fatally shot him. So,
man.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. It kind of feels like we're going back to the wild, wild west, and everybody's gonna have to pack a gun and
right?
Yeah. And in these towns that want to defund the police and stuff, who keeps law and order? Are we gonna do it all ourselves? That's kind of scary. I don't want to get.
I've always hated that term because it has nothing to do with defunding the police. I hate that that's the term that got thrown on it because there's no police defunding anywhere. There's no one proposing any police defunding. It's not even a thing. It's diverting resources to provide more mental care and more training.
Okay.
There is no one anywhere trying to defund any police department.
They sure throw it around a lot, though.
I know, and it's one of those things that really bothers me that they decided to go with that term because it's not what it
sounds like it is going to cause.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's like 100% the wrong term. No one anywhere is proposing getting rid of the police departments. That's ridiculous.
But it seems like news media, that's how they report on it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. All right, moving on to bits and breaks this morning. 10 very simple things that make us happy. Are you ready, Chuck? I'm going to make you happy.
Okay.
All right, these are little successes that are supposed to make you happy. I like the first one, discovering money you didn't know you had in an old coat.
Mm-hmm. That's a great one.
Winning
What's even better than that is trying a jacket on at like the secondhand store and having a $10 bill in the pocket.
enough to pay for the coat.
Yeah.
Have you had that happen?
Multiple times.
Really?
I don't know what it is about like coats and secondhand stores. It seems like they always have money in it.
Winning a contest you forgot you entered, 46%.
Nice.
All right. Getting a refund or a rebate you didn't know was coming or forgot, 41%. Saving money on household bills, 31%. Finding a lottery ticket, and that's a winner that you forgot about, 28%. Hey, I have a couple on the counter.
We have a stack of them on the fridge.
Getting to the register and realizing your item has been marked down, 26%. Losing a pound, 18%. That's way higher, I bet, for me and you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm really excited when I lose a pound. Finding money in an automated device like the change bowl at a counter at checkout. What?
or a quarter in the old payphone.
Maybe they're swiping it. Not having a hangover after a big night out, 5%. And then it says getting a seat on the train at work. That means nothing to anybody at Chewila.
No.
All right. Bits and breaks. Continuing a few worst job interview blunders with Chuck.
Mm-hmm. Thousands of hiring managers to ask about the worst job interview blunders they've ever encountered. Among the standouts. That was not worded very well, Scott.
I'm sorry.
An interviewee who hugged the president of the company. Okay. Thank you.
This was a great interview.
A potential employee who emptied the office candy dish into her purse.
This was a really bad job interview. I'm going to take your candy.
I'm not going to get this job anyway. Taking your candy.
Wouldn't it be really funny if she would have like took his desk plate with his name on it and took that and put it in her purse. Some of his pens. Picture of his family. Wow. Okay, maybe that's too much. Sorry.
One candidate called in sick to her current job during the interview.
Man.
Wow. Another asked if he could be paid under the table.
I got lots of child support. Can I get paid under the table?
Yeah. I don't want anyone to know I have this job. One candidate wore a business suit with flip-flops.
It's okay. I've got casual feet.
Yeah. It's Casual Foot Friday. One interviewee asked if the interviewer wanted to meet for a drink after.
Kind of like you. I think we could be friends.
I don't know if that one's so terrible. It depends. I guess it depends on how the interview went.
I guess.
One candidate applied for an accounting job, yet said he was bad at managing money.
But just my own money. Just my own money.
One employee ate food in the employee break room after the interview. You know, you got to get a feel for the place, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What better way to get a feel for a company than the break room?
I think I'm gonna like it here.
Oh, this is a nice sandwich in this fridge here. One candidate used Dungeons and Dragons as an example of teamwork. That can be valid. I'll give him that one answer.
Chuck.
I don't even play Dungeons. I don't even have the foggiest idea how to play Dungeons and Dragons. But I know there's a lot of stuff involved with it. I've tried to learn, and it just doesn't. It's way too over my head. It's too complicated.
It seems
takes years, I think, to figure all that stuff out. Another candidate filed their fingernails.
Ooh, that dust in the air, nice.
Were they applying for a job as a 70s like receptionist type thing?
You know. Yeah. All right. Catherine checking in this morning on Facebook. Thank you, Catherine. Worst places to get dumped.
I believe that's the Catherine that I could not remember her last name.
That's your. And is she the director this time? I know she's.
No, not the director. She plays Olivia.
Oh, there she goes.
My
Now you
my
know her
character's
last name.
aunt in the play.
Oh, Chuck.
I knew it. I just didn't remember. I think this is the right Catherine, but I can't tell from her little profile
All
picture.
right. You know,
Hi, Catherine.
before next Thursday, I want you to have memorized all your castmates' names. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Gosh, I need to do that.
All right. Worst places to get dumped, Chuck, and I want to know if you've experienced any of these. All right. Or just say yes to all of them.
Yeah,
right? A truck stop, especially if she leaves you there.
Wow.
Yeah. A major sporting event, especially if it's
Yes.
on the Jumbotron. You know, the big one where they show the people down and they show you crying. All right. Getting dumped
A school
at
sporting event, maybe not a major sporting event.
Yeah, school can be bad too because it would spread
yeah.
fast. All right. At school is also on the list. At their house, and then you feel awkward and you have to leave. At work. Over the phone. I had that one happen. I actually came home from work and the girlfriend was supposed to be there and she wasn't. So I went to check it was back in the days before cell phones. So I went and checked the message and she'd broke up with me on the answering machine.
Wow. Well, I've been married for quite a long time, but the last time I got dumped before then was just a straight up ghosting. Just stopped answering the phone.
I don't even know who you are.
Right? I didn't know if she had died. I didn't know what happened.
And the worst one, at the altar.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think most of my problems could be my sense of humor and the fact that I make things like this, Chuck.
Listen up, girls. This one's for you. Men love cars, and nothing gets a man's motor running better than the smell of a brand new automobile. Now, ladies, you can dress in a vinyl seat cover, or you can wear General Motors Ile de Toilette. Guaranteed to give you that fresh off-the-lot freshness that gets any man's motor running. Comes in 3 distinct blends, Cadillac, Camaro, or for those nights when you don't really care who you go home with, Chevette. GM Ile de Toilette for ladies who love to smell.
Ooh, I don't know. That new car smell as a perfume, that might be kind of... there might be something there.
You can use that perfume, or you can dress in a vinyl seat cover. Either way,
just a slight hint of gasoline in there.
Yeah.
Get me ready for a road trip.
Oh, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Of course, the most romantic holiday of the year. But a survey online by Blue Nile suggests that bad gifts, whether received or given, are the best way to ruin the big day. Chuck, tell us about the worst gift responses.
Yes. This one, cold pizza. I mean, it depends. That's like a 20-year anniversary thing, right?
Yeah,
cold
it is.
pizza for
It's our
Valentine's
20th
Day?
anniversary. It's the anniversary of pizza. All right.
Wisconsin cheese. You could put it on your cold pizza.
I'd feel kind of special if I got some Wisconsin cheese. Just saying. All right.
Right?
Yeah.
A can of soup.
Make it the store brand, though.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it depends on the soup.
No, store brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
An ice scraper.
Well,
Okay.
she might be okay with that if it came to the attached to the arm of a man.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
A pencil sharpener.
Oh, always handy for a Valentine's. Yep.
It depends. There's some pretty nice pencil sharpeners out there. Pretty cute ones. Like one that like goes in a horse's butt or something.
Oh my
That'd be
God.
great.
Wow. Chuck Reggie, ladies and gentlemen. That's so Chuck.
A rogue shampooer. There's some. I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm a big proponent of practical gifts. And I think a rogue shampooer is a very expensive gift.
It's not a good Valentine's gift, though. Of course, you might appreciate it more, Chuck, if you had a big man with a rug shampooer.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
A crock pot. Yeah, crock pot's always a garbage gift, no matter what. You're never gonna use it. It just sits there and collects
Here's
dust.
something you might use once in a while.
Once a year during Thanksgiving. An air fryer.
All right.
Okay, I got an air fryer for Christmas a couple years ago. It was pretty nice.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. A paper shredder. It's just weird. And it kind of goes along with a brush shampoo or a vacuum.
All right. And the worst thing to give a woman for Valentine's Day is a broken heart.
Oh, I was going to say venereal disease.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say venereal disease.
Oh, God, Chuck. All right. Let's put on Chuck's filter today, please.
Sorry.
All right. Super.
I don't have Alan here to control me.
I guess. I mean, you're just, yeah. Random Chuck. Super Bowl. Wow. I feel like I need to go to break now. All right, Super Bowl and pizza. If you're hosting a Super Bowl party, make sure your pizza is on the menu. More than 6 in 10 people say pizza is a must at your Super Bowl party. When they're topped with pepperoni, it's the number one favorite among football fans and pizza lovers alike, with 63% of survey respondents. 36% of respondents vote for sausage as their topping of choice. On game day, the most popular pizza topping matchup is considered to be both of them, pepperoni and sausage. 59% of game watchers agree it's the best combo. Typical male at a Super Bowl party will eat 5, count them, 5 slices of pizza. Women are more likely to eat just 3. What's your favorite kind of pizza, Chuck?
Oh gosh, there's so many options. We prefer more. Like I like artichoke hearts and like a balsamic glaze, and I like unusual stuff on pizzas.
I went over to Chuck's for pizza, and this is how I felt.
You know, if I were to die right now due to the carelessness of a friend, well, that'd just be okay.
Huh.
You know the best thing to do with leftover pizza? My favorite thing is you cut it up in little bite-sized squares and you fry it in a pan and top it with a runny fried egg.
Oh.
Best thing in the world to do with leftover pizza.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and I always flip it over like cheese side down, so the bottom of the crust and the cheese gets like crispy, so they're almost like little pizza croutons with the egg on top. Oh, so good.
All right, I apologized for dishing on your pizza now, and
right.
I will not apologize for that comment, though.
When I think of a Super Bowl party, I think of wings, hot wings.
Hot wings, they're very popular, too.
Hot
I'm
wings.
surprised they weren't
Yes.
on the list. It's just because pizza, beat
Like,
it by a long shot.
Pizza's a Tuesday thing. You need hot wings for a Super Bowl party.
All right, Chuck, you are on your own today, and it's going to be tough.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, I've got Facebook open, and we will see if Catherine can help you.
Please.
All
Please
right.
help me.
I'm in the wrong spot. I'm very sorry, Chuck. Bear with me for a second. There we go. Each Christmas in the U.S. is estimated about 12,000 of these gifts. These are given as gifts. It's a very large gift.
12,000?
12,000 of these are given in an average Christmas, and it's a very large gift. So that's not very many. It's very large.
I would say I'm going to go with a car.
It is a car. All right. It's against the law to do this in church in Omaha, Nebraska.
Swear?
No.
No.
Don't do that when I'm drinking coffee. No.
Is it pass gas?
I'll give you that. It's a burp.
A burp?
A burp.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not allowed to burp. All right.
Wow, okay.
More than 100 million people in 90 countries play a form of what sport? 100 million people in 90 countries play a form of what sport? And what can I give you as a hint?
Is it football?
It is not football.
Whether you mean soccer or football?
I mean, it is sport, and they do have, events for it, competition events, but it is something that's very local, and anyone can play.
Basketball?
No.
Something that's very local.
Yeah. You could probably even do this sport in a wheelchair.
Video games?
Bowling. Looking for bowling.
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 Okay.
All right, spy the lie, Chuck. 3 out of 4 of us say our favorite place to sing is in the car. The electric chair was invented by a Sunday school teacher. The first Winter Olympics were held in France. Which one's the lie?
I'm gonna go with the electric chair one.
And you're right. It wasn't invented by a school teacher. It was invented by a dentist. Because they're used to torturing people in chairs.
Gosh, that makes so much sense.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, man.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Too much.
Yep.
Shortest one of these was just 15 minutes. It's an event, and they showed on television this year that it was only 15 minutes. Happened to be 1929.
Only 15 minutes.
And now it's a couple hours when it happens on TV.
An inauguration, or not an inauguration, but the coronation.
Nope.
No.
This event is not political.
Okay.
Something on television. Original one, 15 minutes. Now it's a couple hours.
Oh, would it be a sporting event?
No, we're looking for the Academy Awards.
Oh, the Academy. I almost said that too. Dang it.
Oh, yeah. I think that one actually is a duplicate that came up the other day. About 39,000 gallons of water are used to produce just one of these. It was also an answer to an earlier question. 39,000 gallons of water are used to produce just one of these.
A pizza.
No.
To produce one of these, is it a car?
It is a car. Can you believe that?
Okay.
It takes 39,000 gallons of water to make a car? Wow.
Weird. That is bizarre.
Average office worker has to do this 3 times a week. And it involves a piece of equipment.
Shout at the printer.
Oh, you're really warm. You're almost there.
Is it a computer?
Yeah, but what are they doing to it? Average worker has to do this 3 times a week.
Reset it.
Yeah, reboot. I'll take that.
Reboot.
I'll take that
Okay.
as a reset. Good job. All right, just a couple more. Each year in the U.S., around 350 people die as a result of this type of accident. What kind of vehicle are they being hit by?
And how many? 350?
350 people every year in the U.S.
Oh, that's not very many.
This is kind of gruesome. I wish I would have skipped it.
Is it a train?
How did you know? Wow. Good job, Chuck.
Because it's gruesome and it doesn't happen very often.
All right. 10,000 points for Chuck. Good job. All right, keeping us on our toes there. Let's see. I can wrap up. Maybe. Let's try this. Here, it's a leftover. What Scott thinks about in the shower. Right. Yeah.
You sounded a little unsure about that one.
Yeah. I couldn't remember where I thought about him at. Even if 99% of people say you're ugly, Chuck, there are still 75,270,000 that say you're beautiful.
Oh.
So don't
worry.
worry.
Makes me feel better.
All right.
Yeah.
Scariest fireworks, always the ones that don't explode.
Yeah.
How many times in your life have you inched up to a firework that didn't go off?
Right. According to my dogs, they're all terrifying.
The bigger the air pockets, the fancier the bread.
That is true.
Technically, your whole car is a windshield. It must be hard for dragons to blow out candles. And the last thing I thought about in the shower today, reviews on Airbnb are actually a list of random people who have slept in the same bed. And if that doesn't creep you out, nothing will. All right. We come back today. We've got some regular old news headlines, news on the lighter side. We'll also take a look at a little bit of today in history, celebrity birthdays, today's holidays, and through the weekend. And we'll wrap it up all with the odd news. We hope you will stay right here. Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Back at 7.
Listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah Valley, Deer Park.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for January 20th, 2023. I'm Mary Sherman. The Treasury Department says it's taking extraordinary measures to avoid default as the U.S. hit its debt limit Thursday. Those include freezing contributions and investment redemptions for government workers' benefits and providing the government more flexibility in covering operational expenses until about June. President Biden is pushing for an increase in the debt limit to meet existing financial commitments, while Republican leaders are calling for negotiations that could lead to spending cuts. Budget matters are top of mind for lawmakers across the nation as state legislative sessions kick into gear. Alex Gonzalez has more from New Mexico, where the two-year session starts February 6.
Despite the governor's seat having flipped, now occupied by Republican Joe Lombardo, the state assemblies hold Democratic majorities, meaning it'll take negotiations and concessions to determine the state budget. Will Pregman with the group Battleborn Progress predicts top-of-mind issues will be housing, reducing the cost of living, protecting voting rights, and education. He says progressive groups like his want to make sure public schools are put first, rather than state education funds going to voucher programs for private and religious schools.
That's going to be a priority for the governor himself. Folks who are involved in activism around public education sharply disagree with that, and I think are going to be really looking to Democratic leadership to hold the line on that issue.
Pregman says climate change, preserving labor unions, and protecting abortion access in Nevada may be other hot-button issues. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
After 8 months of investigation, the Supreme Court was unable to find the person behind the leak of a draft majority opinion in a case overturning abortion rights. Nearly 100 employees swore under oath that they did not release the draft. The investigation also found it was unlikely that the court's IT systems were improperly accessed from someone outside the court. Now the House Judiciary Committee reportedly intends to investigate the leak on its own. We go to Washington State now, where lawmakers have introduced a bill that would address some workers' concerns about the thoroughness of medical exams performed in workers' compensation cases.
House Bill 1068 would allow workers to record examinations of their injuries, which are known as independent medical exams or compelled exams. Joe Kindo is with the Washington State Labor Council, which is made up of about 600 local unions representing more than 500,000 workers. He says this bill would create the same standards for workers' compensation as other insurance cases.
By allowing recordings, by allowing somebody who's not the worker's attorney to attend the examination, we'll get a much clearer record, and we'll ensure that the docs who are doing the compelled examination are doing a thorough exam.
Carolyn Logue with the Washington IME Coalition expressed concerns on behalf of some medical providers. She says it would lead to fewer doctors who are willing to do the exams, which could slow down the process.
That was Eric Tegedoff reporting. This is Public News Service. Minnesota has surpassed the goals it had set for renewable energy standards. But as the climate crisis grows larger, there's a push to adopt new goals supporters say will benefit the state in multiple ways.
The start of the legislative session saw Democratic leaders and clean energy advocates revive calls for Minnesota to approve a plan for 100% carbon-free electricity by 2040. Michael Noble of the group Fresh Energy says given the strides the state has already made in transitioning to sources like wind and solar, meeting the revised goals should be achievable.
Zero carbon electricity sources are universally available and low cost, and our three largest utilities have already committed to get all the carbon out of the electric supply.
Companies like Xcel Energy have carbon-free goals by 2050, but some on the utility side express concern about reaching a higher standard while trying to balance energy demands and costs. I'm Mike Moen.
The U.S. teacher shortage has caused class sizes to increase. In a 2022 Gallup poll, 44% of K-12 teachers said burnt out is how they feel. Kate Diaz with the Connecticut Education Association says solutions are possible at state and federal levels to ensure teachers are in an optimal working environment. But she thinks addressing the burnout problem begins within a school district.
At the local level, each district has to look at how are we allocating our time and our resources to give teachers relief where we can. Are we making sure to reduce duty responsibilities, take away any unnecessary burdens?
Diaz also says educators don't make enough money. 3/4 of those surveyed said they want the state to provide more funding to cities and towns to support teacher salaries. Now to Florida, where Governor Ron DeSantis' administration has rejected plans to expand an advanced placement African American studies course for high schools, claiming it violates state law and calling it historically inaccurate.
In a letter to the College Board that oversees AP programs, the Florida Department of Education rejects the teachings over concerns that the lessons run contrary to state law and significantly lack educational value. Attorney Mutaki Akbar, president of the NAACP Tallahassee branch, says it's unfortunate to see the governor take this step.
There's value in education, no matter what that education is, and so to carve out the value of learning about African Americans or the culture of African Americans has no value, I think is a slap in the face, and blatantly I think is racist.
The coursework reportedly includes speeches by Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party's free breakfast and medical programs, and the history of Juneteenth. The Education Department has not named which law it contends the course is violating. This is Tremel Gomes.
This is Mary Sherman for Public News Service, member and listener supported, heard on interesting radio stations and your favorite podcast platform. Find our 8 Trust indicators at publicnewservice.org.
It's 8:13.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring. Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like Southwind, Deltile, Mannington, and Mohawk. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com. Call 509-935-8021 or via email through chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
Picture this. It's January 2022. Your New Year's resolution is to get healthier, but you don't know where to start and you keep putting it off. Next thing you know, it's January 2023. Where did the last year go? You decide this is the year you are really going to prioritize your health. But once again, you just don't know where to start. Let New Health help. New Health is committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open access healthcare for all. From your medical, dental, pharmacy, or behavioral health needs, we have what you need to get started, and we will be with you every step of the way as you move through your healthcare journey. Contact us today at 509-935-6004. New Health, celebrating 45 years of bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
Here we go. It's KCHW 102.7, your Finally Friday morning show, 11:15. You got Chuck Ritchie and myself, Scott Allen. And Chuck, let's start off this segment and run down some of your favorite celebrity birthdays through the weekend.
Alrighty. So astronaut Buzz Aldrin is 93 years young.
Wow.
Yeah, right? The guy's still kicking. Guy's still pretty BA, you know?
Yeah.
He could probably still kick your butt, Scott.
Doesn't take much.
Right. David Lynch, famous director, is 77.
Okay.
Guitarist Paul Stanley of Kiss is 71.
No way. 71.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and he is the author of those great words, I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Mm-hmm. Words to live by right
there. Okay, sorry.
And so Bill Maher is 67, and we were joking about this one before the show. Lorenzo Lamas, remember him from the 80s? He's 65. Does he count as a celebrity still?
I guess.
Roblox creator David Bowsuki is 61. Okay. James Denton from Desperate Housewives is 60. Rainn Wilson, everyone knows him from The Office, is 57.
He's extra creepy funny. That's what I call him. Creepy funny.
Yep.
Yep.
Kellyanne Conway, everyone knows her from The Apprentice Washington edition, is 56.
Sorry.
Stacey Dash is 56. Cody Brown from Sister Wives is 54. And fine young actor Evan Peters is 36 years old.
All right. Happened today, we like to call it history, but we're not starting off until 1961 when John Fitzgerald Kennedy was inaugurated as the youngest man and first ever Roman Catholic to become elected President of the United States. On to 1981, Ronald Reagan sworn in as the 40th President of the United States. On to 1986, first observed federal holiday in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Then 2004, Salvation Army announced that it received a $1.5 billion donation from the estate of Joan Kroc, widow of McDonald's founder Ray Kroc. All right. 2005, 32-year-old Czech man got himself locked up in a Prague pizzeria to have free access to beer overnight. When the restaurant staff left, he broke into the cooler containing a keg, disconnected the pipes leading to the tap, then put his mouth and drank as much as he could from the keg. The man, drunk and fast asleep, was found by staff the next morning.
I mean, who hasn't done that?
Okay. 2009, Barack Obama inaugurated as the 44th President of the United States of America. Let's see. 2013, he was inaugurated in the Blue Room of the White House for a second term. 2020, on this day, the first case of coronavirus was reported in the United States in Washington State.
Woohoo.
Joe Biden was inaugurated and the 46th President of the United States of America on this day in 2021. That's right. It's Inauguration Day. All right. Special events, okay. Chuck Ritchie.
Yes. It is camcorder day. So go dust your camcorders off in the closet. I'm a big fan of this next one, International Sweatpants Day.
A question then is, Chuck, will you go out in sweatpants? Will you go to Safeway wearing sweatpants?
Not today.
Okay. Good enough.
I mean, on a normal day, yes, but not today. I got too many errands to run.
Okay, good enough. All right.
All right. I am not wearing them at the moment though, but I am still in my PJs.
All right.
It is Butter Crunch Day.
Okay.
Butter Crunch. Cheese Lovers Day.
All right. I like that one.
This one's for us, Scott. It is Disc Jockey Day.
Well, we're not playing the stacks of wax.
For you, I am not a disc jockey. You are.
You're an announcer. There you go. There you go.
I am a talentless co-host.
All right. I actually started out playing records, and if we could go back in time, and I started out playing 45s. That's how old I am. And if I could go back in time and give you one of my shows, it would sound like this.
I can see you in your 20s, that hair going, bopping away to your favorite hits.
Spinning the stacks of wax. You know, one of the funnest ones, it was just fun to do, and I would have never thought I enjoyed it, was back when Oldies 101.1 played just 50s and 60s music. I worked there for a while, and that was a good time. Playing the bubblegum rock from the past. Yeah.
Remember when that was the oldies and not classical?
Yeah.
It's also Penguin Awareness Day, so be aware of those penguins.
I'm totally aware.
And I don't know how nice it is outside for this today, but it is Take a Walk Outdoors Day.
You haven't even looked out, have you, Chuck?
Wear your boots. It's a little slushy out there.
All right, let's see. On to the 21st, just a few birthdays. We have Robbie Benson. Remember him from the 80s? Ice Castles, the voice of the Beast in the animated Beauty and the Beast. He's turned 67. Gina Davis from Thelma and Louise and Beetlejuice, 67 as well. Hakeem Olajuwon, 60, former NBA star. Spice Girl Emma Bunton, known as Baby Spice, is 47. Luke Grimes from TV's Yellowstone, 39. And Nick Gelfuss from Chicago Med is 38. On to history for Saturday, we go back to Chuck.
Okay, 1915, the first Kiwanis Club was found in Detroit.
Right.
I never know if I pronounced that name right.
Kiwanis.
Yeah.
Kiwanis.
I know it. I played for Kiwanis in Little League. I should know that.
We have an awesome Kiwanis club in Chewelah that has done a lot of stuff for kids over the years. So for the Kiwanis Club in Chewelah, there you go.
Yay.
All right.
Heard nothing but good things about him. 1977, President Jimmy Carter pardoned almost all Vietnam War draft evaders.
Okay.
That's good. 1994, a jury in Manassas, Virginia, acquitted Lorena Bobbitt by reason of temporary insanity for maliciously wounding her husband, John, whom she'd accused of sexually assaulting her.
Okay.
In 2005, the Northumbria Police Force in England became the first in that country to issue boots to police dogs to protect their feet. The police said it's great for taking the dogs to investigate places with broken glass on the floor. Okay. Oh, yeah. I like that.
Avoid a lawsuit, too.
Yeah.
From a dog.
That's right. Those dogs, they can be pretty litigious. It's a very litigious species. In Colorado, a woman escaped serious injury and refused medical treatment after a cow knocked her off her bicycle and walked on her legs. Ouch. The cow had left the area by the time the Rangers arrived, so no arrests were made. 2017, more than 2 million people protest worldwide in the Women's March against Donald Trump, with 500,000 marching alone in Washington, D.C.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy day. In 2020, the U.S. Census began its decennial count in Tuxuk Bay, Alaska. The count always starts early in Alaska, where large portions of the state aren't connected by roads and can have some spotty mail service. Local census takers get a head start while the ground is frozen and allows them easier access to remote areas. Tuxuk Bay is home to around 660 people.
All right. Special events and holidays for Saturday: Playdate Day, Granola Bar Day, Hugging Day, New England Clam Chowder Day. It's everywhere here. Use your gift card day, and Squirrel Appreciation Day. Okay, it's for cats.
Go get me some clam chowder and hug a squirrel.
Not necessarily in that order.
Well, actually, I figured exactly in that order.
All right. Celebrity birthdays. A few of them that you like for Sunday, Chuck.
Okay. Steve Perry from Journey is 74. Linda Blair from The Exorcist is 64. Diane Lane, a lot of amazing films, is 58. Rapper actor DJ Jazzy Jeff, not with the Fresh Prince, is 58. Chef Guy Fieri is 55. Olivia Diabo is 54. Balthazar Getty is 48. And Sammy Gale from Blue Bloods is 27.
All right, a little bit of history for Sunday. 1984 was the debut of the Apple Macintosh, and that debut happened during Super Bowl 18. In 1992, it was Space Shuttle mission STS-42. Dr. Roberta Bondar became the first Canadian woman in space. 1994, it was the release of Schindler's List, and it won the Golden Globes for Best Dramatic Picture and Best Director. 2008, we lost Heath Ledger. 2010, a big controversy over the Tonight Show time slot. Conan O'Brien's last Tonight Show episode aired. And in 2020, China locked down the city of Wuhan and its 11 million people in an effort to control COVID-19.
Special day after the first case in Washington.
Yes. Special events for Sunday and special events and holidays. There you go. Chuck
Is
Richard.
Answer Your Cat's Questions Day. I'm not sure about that one.
I think it's more like your cat answers your questions.
Yeah?
Yeah, because my cat has such a wide variety of sounds it makes. The other day, I asked her if she was hungry, and swear to God, it sounded like she said, "Yeah."
But either way, talking cats freak me out.
Yes.
It's the Chinese New Year. It's Blonde Brownie Day. Not to be confused with Hot Sauce Day. Don't put hot sauce in your brownies. Trust me, it's not good. Polka Dot Day and Roe versus Wade Day.
All right. Number for the day is enlightening. It's 45, and that's the number of different dating apps operated all by one company, the Match.com company. So all those other dating apps you see online, they're all pretty much coming from the same source, or at least they have a monopoly on it.
So instead of just putting the effort into making the one good, they just decided to split out and make a bunch of...
Exactly. All
yeah.
right. Moving on to news and nuggets for today. Chuck, what is the Powerball total for Saturday?
Yes, the Powerball is $473 million.
That's it?
For Saturday night's Powerball, yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
But it was like 1.3 billion last week, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's where it topped out at when they won it.
That's a lot of money.
It is. All right. Remember that game Temple Run? It's an old one.
No.
It's the one where the thing spun back and forth and the blocks came down at you. And you had to the spinning thing would kill the blocks and I don't know, destroy them, I should say. In 2011, the hot App Store game was Temple Run. The game came to Google Play App Store the next year, and along with it, a sequel has seen over 1 billion downloads. I can't believe you don't know this game, Chuck. 10 years ago, it was announced the game would be made into a movie, but that plan was eventually scrapped.
Around that time frame, if it wasn't Angry Birds, I didn't care.
All right, Chuck, what's your grip strength?
Grip strength is an important indicator of an overall health and fitness.
Okay.
It can be a predictor of aging. A recent study published in the journal PLOS1 found that grip strength is a reliable indicator of muscle strength and physical performance in older adults. The study looked at the grip strength of over 1,000 adults aged 65 and older, and the researchers found that grip strength was significantly associated with muscle strength, physical performance, and overall health. Grip strength was also linked to a lower risk of falls and fractures.
All right.
Get your grip strength up, people.
New study published in the Journal of Food Protection out of the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service sought to find out what services get contaminated most often when preparing food and involved researchers watching 371 people in sterile kitchen environments making a seasoned turkey burger that had been laced with tracer bacteria as a norovirus-like surrogate. Okay. In general, most of the services tested positive for the bacteria less than 20% of the time. The most often contaminated space was, in fact, the spice rack, which tested positive for the bacteria 48% of the time. The thought is that people forget to wipe down the spices as often as they more routinely wipe down like prep services and stuff. And I suppose you're working with the foods, and then you grab some pepper and you put it on there, and you put the pepper back, and you never think you just contaminated that surface.
Excuse me, I have to go clean my spices.
I know what I'm doing this weekend. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
I got my evening plan.
All right. Eggs being seized at the border.
Being seized at the border. Okay,
that other story was way too long.
Wow, that's like 2 pages. I'm not reading that.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear me talk that much. Egg seizures at border crossings have increased as prices soar in the U.S. The high demand for eggs has caused prices to rise, leading to an increase in smuggling and illegal imports. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection has recently reportedly seized a large number of eggs at various ports of entry.
Illegal eggs. Wow.
I keep hearing about this, but I bought eggs at the grocery store yesterday, and they're the same price as normal. I think this is a fake outrage thing. I don't think this is actually happening.
So when I moved here, it was already going on, at least on the East Coast, because like the cheapest eggs you can buy, the tiny little white ones. I made a horrible face for the tiny little white ones. They are like $5.19 a dozen.
Really?
Which
See, I just bought an 18 pack yesterday.
and,
For
and
like
I didn't
$4.
realize the egg shortage was going on, and this was a couple months ago. And as I was checking out, I said to the lady, I said, "Wow, I just moved here from Washington, and your eggs are really expensive." And her answer was totally wrong, obviously, but her answer was, "That's because most people here have their own chickens." Like, they do? Okay.
Well, I did hear that Washington is less affected than other places, but
We have lots of chickens here. It's not a problem.
I think I got an 18 pack yesterday for like $4, and I think before they were like $3.79 or something. I don't think they've gone up that much here. So.
Nightmare Airbnb, there are a few known enemies in this world. Batman and the Joker, Taylor Swift and Kanye, Airbnb guests, and house cleaners. Guests are often upset with cleaning fees that trend upward depending on your Airbnb of $500. And I don't know how much traveling you've done and staying in these, Chuck, but the cleaning fees, you really got to watch them because you'll see the rate and then there's this enormous cleaning fee. If you shop around, you can find ones that are like $25 and, considered reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate showdown took place when an Airbnb house cleaner arrived to find guests who were late checking out. In the cleaner's now deleted TikTok video, she waited in her car for 45 minutes. That stinks for sure. But then the cleaner decided to update followers on the stuff she was having to clean. Mind you, she's a house cleaner for Airbnb. She roasted the departed guests for leaving a couple of unclean utensils in the sink and posted, "Please be considerate of others," when she wiped the hot tub down and, shocker, found dirt on her rag. Fortunately for the cleaner, she didn't get the response she wanted. The commenter said, "The audacity to complain about 3 spoons in the sink when you know darn well you charged us a $150 cleaning fee."
We were talking about this with Brandon, even talking about this, I think yesterday, about the Airbnb versus a hotel and how much, like, last time we stayed in an Airbnb, we had to clean. Like, we had to leave the place clean and ready to for the next people.
They all vary. They can all set their own rules and practices and stuff. What I found here, especially in the summertime, it's actually cheaper than the hotels. The hotels here, average room probably $250 a night for low end, and the high end $1,000. Who pays $1,000 a night to stay in a hotel?
It's crazy. I do like the last one we stayed at. It had a washer and dryer, and it had a jacuzzi tub. Of course, it spit out black funk when you turn the jacuzzi tub on, but after running it for a few minutes and draining it again and spending an hour cleaning it, it was fine.
Yeah. No, I've had relatively good experiences at all the B&Bs that I've stayed at. I like them. They're a little cheaper alternative to a hotel. Usually a little more friendly environment, if you shop around. And I've had some cool ones, like a 2-story one that was like the end of their house. They'd, blocked off and done 2 stories. And the upper story, the second story, looked out over the lake. That was pretty sweet. So if you can, and private, really private.
Well, I do like a hotel room. You just go, you just leave, and you don't have to worry about cleaning up and all that. That's kind of nice. Of course, one of the arguments was about room service, but I don't stay in the kind of hotels that have
offer room service.
Yeah, no.
That's those $1,000 night ones.
They don't do room service at the La Quinta Inn
or Motel 6.
Right.
But they did leave the light on, and that's just because the switch doesn't work to shut it off.
Right.
Yeah.
La Quinta has very liberal pet policies.
Nice.
So we can bring all of our dogs to the La Quinta. Yeah.
I have stayed at a B&B before that let me bring my cat. That's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Feel sorry for the next guy, but... All right, Chuck, tell us why our kids aren't going to be seeing all the same stars that we do today.
So a new study has found that today's children will only be able to see half of the stars that are currently visible in the night sky due to light pollution. The research conducted by the Royal Observatory Greenwich found that the artificial light is causing the extinction of stars in urban areas. I don't think it's actually causing problem to the stars. You just can't see them.
Okay.
The study also found the problem is likely to get worse in the future with increasing numbers of people living in cities and the continued use of inefficient lighting.
Wow. Up on Twitter, they've auctioned off a $16,000 Lamborghini of meat slicers for an undisclosed amount. The high-end slicer, made by Italian manufacturer Burkle, is known for its speed, precision, and durability. These are popular with butchers, delis, and restaurants. The auction was conducted on Twitter's new e-commerce platform, Twitter Shopping. I didn't even know this was happening, which allows users to purchase products directly from tweets. All right.
Oh, that's all we need.
Yeah, I hope it's not as bad as the Facebook ones. You know, get this electric bicycle for $90. It doesn't exist, and you just gave some scammer $90 because if
Right.
it's too good, and that's the funny thing about those, and I can't believe people fall for them because the prices are too good to be true, and the old adage still fits today: if it's too good to be true, it's not, and that's what most of your Facebook ads are.
Like a 2017 25-foot RV for
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah. I
It's
saw
not real,
I saw a
people.
bus on there the other day for like 10 grand, and it was like, one of those $150,000 Provost buses. Like,
Yeah.
really. All right, I'm going to do a little entertainment reporting just because a lot of people are into that football, and it's going to be a big weekend. Saturday, NFL Division Playoffs, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1 Chiefs begin their postseason by hosting the number 4 Jaguars in the AFC Divisional Round. NFL Division Playoffs, 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox as well on Saturday. Number 1 Philadelphia Eagles host number 6 New York Giants. Also, Saturday Night Live, 11:30 p.m. This is a new one. Aubrey Plaza hosts with musical guest Sam Smith.
I love Aubrey Plaza. She's fantastic.
What's she from? I don't recognize the name.
Oh, she was in was it what is it, Parks and Rec, I think?
Okay.
I don't know. She's been in all kinds of stuff. There was one Legion. It was a really bizarre but really great Marvel TV show, completely outside of any other Marvel universe. She's been in a ton of stuff. She's very weird and very awesome.
All right. On Sunday, NFL Division Playoffs continue, 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Number 3 Bengals take on the number 2 Bills in Buffalo. This rematch comes nearly 3 weeks after their Week 17 game that was unexpectedly halted by Buffalo safety Damar Hamlin's medical emergency. So they're going to redo that game. Also in the playoffs, number 2 San Francisco 49ers hosting number 5 Cowboys or number 4 Buccaneers. We don't know yet. All right, that one's 6:30
Either way, boo to
Eastern.
both of them.
Wow.
Can they both lose?
In theaters this weekend. Can they both lose? We don't want them in the Super Bowl. All right, at least Chuck. Your sleeper movies this weekend. Alice Darling, a young woman trapped in an abusive relationship, becomes the unwitting participant in an intervention staged by her 2 closest friends. Also in theaters, Missing. After her mother goes missing, a young woman tries to find her from home using tools available to her online. Movies are getting worse and worse. All right, this one might be fun, though. Kids vs. Alien, all-time rager of a teen house party turns into terror when aliens attack, forcing 2 warring siblings to band together to survive the night of aliens. All right.
That could be fun.
All right, and another one. Young E, an uninhabitable 22nd century Earth has come out of a civil war, and it hinges on cloning the brain of an elite soldier to create a robot mercenary. Whoa.
They've already made Idiocracy.
It is kind of a copy.
Why do they have to do it again?
All right. There you go.
Oh, this is the sequel.
A few things to point out at entertainment as you roll into your weekend, and we're going to wrap up today's show with the way we like to do it, the best of the funnies. It's the odd news.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Right, here we go. We always kick off the odd news with the news attack. First part true, second sentence, a bad joke. And Chuck, it's all you.
Okay, an unsecured computer server discovered by a security researcher contained the identities of hundreds of thousands of individuals on the no-fly list. Yeah, my extended family's big spring break Florida vacation is coming. Please tell me my mother-in-law is on the list.
She is.
Oh, okay.
That'd be kind of a fun thing to have published.
Right?
Yeah, because you just know those people. Those are probably people you're not going to want to be friends with.
Right.
Yeah. According to a study, loneliness is bad for your health. Too bad the cure isn't Netflix because I'd have lots of friends.
Well, now I can't even share my password, so there goes half my friends.
Yeah, they're not gonna like you anymore.
I know. What do I have left? Scientists say Neanderthals wore makeup some 50,000 years ago. But putting mud on your face didn't really become popular until someone put it in a jar and sold it for $150.
Ain't that the truth, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl just over 3 weeks away. You know the day when America bleeds nacho cheese.
This blood don't run, it dips. It's the time of year when we start working on our taxes. Ooh, we've been gearing up for that too.
Yuck.
My accountant just sent over a package that'll help me shelter my income from taxes. It's a pickle jar and a shovel.
My dad used to have a bank like that in the backyard.
Yeah. Is it still there somewhere? People are still looking for it.
Yeah, we're still digging. All right. Valentine's Day is less than 4 weeks away. Chuck will have a box of candy ready for his wife just as soon as he takes the Halloween wrappers off the chocolates.
Hey, you got to save a buck where you can.
Oh, I should have let you do that one for me.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right.
Cancer researcher says that by 2050, hardly anyone under 80 will die from cancer. Wow, that'd be nice.
Uh-huh.
Except for those people who insist on eating convenience store hot dogs. Sorry. You're out of luck.
You're not going to make it.
You made your hot dog bed. No lie in it.
And that's just depressing for anybody old like me that knows they can't make it to 2050.
Right?
Yeah. I'm like, but maybe they could freeze me now, thaw me out. You know, if I get cancer, freeze me now and then thaw me out when they got the cure.
All right. Yeah. And then wake you up with some hot dogs.
Yeah. I'm ready for a big football weekend. I got my beer, my Doritos, and my motivation switch turned off. Plus,
that's right.
We got a blizzard going on out the window, so yeah, I'm not going anywhere this weekend. All right, we call it wacky but true because there's no made-up stuff in these stories. It's all true, and Chuck, it's you.
Okay, Julie Hudson of Pennsylvania was having trouble getting a job. That may have been how she discovered her criminal record. Puzzled because she didn't do anything wrong, she went to the Philadelphia police, who arrested her on a warrant from Texas. Cops in that state had pointed the finger at Hudson based on her name and online pictures. After Hudson's family contacted them, they said they really wanted another Julie Hudson. Oh, my family said that to me too. Oh, wait, no, that's worded different. The Harris County, Texas prosecutor dropped the charges, and Philadelphia police announced that now a journalist had called the dismissal to their attention. They were trying to get Hudson out of jail. She was ultimately released.
So they weren't trying to get her out of jail till the journalist freaked out.
That is crazy. You know, that I didn't get arrested, but that actually happened to me. I was working on somebody's house on a military base, and I got stopped because someone with my name had a warrant right with the military police had a warrant out for this person's arrest with my name in another state.
Oh, wow!
And they thought it was me until luckily I had my Social Security card on me that proved that I was a different.
And that's when Chuck jumped up, stuck his finger in the cop's face, and said, "Wrong, sir, wrong."
That didn't work.
Calls 911 reported a reckless driver in Grand Junction, Colorado. Officers were able to locate the truck fairly quickly due to both the number of calls giving the location and the fact that the truck was in flames. When officers tried to pull over the burning truck, the driver led them on a chase, with fire trucks going from spot to spot to put out the fires caused behind him. After several blocks, the man finally crashed and was rescued before he would have burned to death. Dawson Fitch was arrested on charges including vehicular eluding, reckless driving, hit and run, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, assault on a firefighter, and you guessed it, driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. Live to the scene.
Help me, Tom Cruise! But how did he get down to his underwear that fast? Tom Cruise used a witchcraft on me to get the fire off me!
Exactly.
They didn't get him for arson?
Why isn't that on there? That's a whole nother charge.
Right.
Wow, that'd be like all the things he's written up on, that could add up to life. All right.
So the lights at a Massachusetts school have been left on for the entire school year because no one could figure out how to turn them off. The issue was first noticed by a custodian in the summer, and then the school district has spent thousands of dollars on electricity bills. Some are speculating that the lights are connected to a faulty motion sensor or programming error in the school's lighting system. That school district is currently working to resolve the issue and find a solution.
Yeah, it's something to do with their software. They have software that runs all the lights. And the software
just install a switch.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So what they resorted to kind of is shutting off some breakers that aren't like running important things or whatever to turn off some of the lights. But online they got a picture of the school in the middle of the night, and it's like the sun.
It's like my new refrigerator.
Yes. And then back in the office.
Maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now. No. It's just what they'll be expecting us to do.
All right, Florida man. Arrested on a charge driving under the influence of deputies said he mistook a bank drive-thru for a Taco Bell. Manager of the bank said they saw the guy passed out at his car while in the drive-thru lane. Manager said they started banging on the car's window, and the guy finally woke up. He immediately rolled down the window and tried to order a burrito.
We'll take a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah, bank employees, of course, called police instead. And here's what he had to say.
Sorry, everyone. I had that bean burrito for lunch. Okay, I'm all right now. Sorry.
That one sounds like it actually was at the event.
Right?
All right.
Authorities in Japan are trying to catch a burglar who has a thing for women's underwear. So far, the burglar has struck 14 times over the past 2 years, ignoring household valuables and sneaking off with said undergarments.
Oh.
Wow.
All I'd like to say is, in the words of Mel Brooks,
Holy underwear!
or
I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday.
And they're women's. All right. It's you, Chuck. Last one.
Okay. Deputy Robert Wrench, a jailer at the Chesapeake, Virginia Correction Center, was eating a sandwich when an inmate jumped him. It's a good thing Wrench was choking to death on his meal, and inmate Curtis Harrell noticed his distress. He saved Wrench's life for his heroism. Harrell received the Sheriff's Office Citizen Service Award.
So who in jail gets a Citizen Service Award?
Right? That's pretty cool.
All right. Let's go live to the scene once again.
You just saved my life.
Huh? I did? What? All right. One more. Tom Hanks.
Ha! You're alive! This is great! Oh! I'm saved! I'm saved!
All right, there you go. That's our show for today. Don't forget, happening this weekend, it's Saturday. It starts at 2:30 at the Chihuahua Golf and Country Club.
Yes.
It's a light in the darkness. This is a juried art exhibition put on by our Chihuahua Creative District. You're part of that creative district, aren't you, Chuck?
I am. I'm the vice president, actually.
All right.
I saw a sneak peek of the drink and food menu, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're going to have all sorts of specials and music. So
Yeah.
check it out. Something to
Snacks
do on
and,
Saturday up at the golf course. There you go.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Other than that,
That's
we
it.
want you to have a great weekend. Thanks for listening. And a big round of applause for Chuck Ritchie for filling in for Brandon Hanson and Philip Dutton. Whoop, whoop. And you have a great weekend. Keep on listening to
too.
Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Later, everybody.
Holy underwear!
Maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now. No. It's just what they'll be expecting us to do. Wrong, sir. Wrong.